So in my last vlog, I said I was, what, 194? Well, nothing's really changed, to be honest. The last month since me and Brielle moved into our new apartment, I've just kind of been in cruise control. Business has been going steady, just been focusing on main gaining as far as my physique. And today's Sunday, in a little pull day, gonna be focusing on lats, a little biceps, a little forearms, sprinkle in a little hamstrings at the end, even though I'm gonna hit legs again on Tuesday in 2 days. So won't go too heavy on the hamstrings, but I have been really happy with my progress on my barbell RDLs for a while. I mean, as long as I can remember, I could only do 135 with barbell RDLs, and that's a 45 on each side. And lately, since I've been really focusing on hitting my barbell RDLs consistently, I've been getting more comfortable with it. And it's like the strength is there, but it would just take so much out of me just with 135. I don't know. But last week, I was hitting my leg day and I hit my first set with 135 after doing all my accessory work. I'm doing like single hammy curls. I'm doing leg extensions with this new program that I wrote for myself. And then I get into my barbell RDLs. And then I finish off with leg press. When I went to go do my barbell RDLs, hit my first set with 135, and that just felt super smooth and easy. Then for the second set, I added on a 10 and a 5 on each side. So that ended up being, what, 165. Hit that for another clean, smooth set. I was just going to 8 reps. And then on the third set, I was like, okay, let me put 30s on each side after the 45. So that's what, another 15 pounds on each side, 30 pounds total. So that would be, let me do the math real quick, 195, 30, 60, yeah, 195. And I put 195 on the bar. I hit like 3 or 4 reps and I was like, damn, this is easy as hell. So I re-racked it. So I ended up doing my third and final set, 8 reps, 225. I was shaking throughout, but it felt very smooth. Felt like my form was on point, great stretch, great control, great contraction. And I talked about how the next time I compete, I want my hamstrings to be improved. I want my lats to be improved, especially my lower lats. Obviously, chest has been the biggest focal point for me, especially the fact that I had open heart chest surgery back in 2017. I think the fact that I had that surgery when I first started my fitness journey, it was that much harder for me to learn how to engage my chest because I was a basketball player my entire life. And as a basketball player, you do a lot of overhead movements. So I was very dominant in my shoulders. So when I would bench press or do any type of chest press, I would be rounding my shoulders forward. But then that coupled along with the fact that I had open heart chest surgery, and it's probably inherently more difficult for me to engage certain muscle fibers because I had that surgery. But you know, you live and you learn. It's about being the best you can be. Let's get into this workout. So yesterday I went to the bodybuilding show. I went to the muscle contest, USA Nationals, I believe it was. That's why I got this cool new shirt. It says muscle contest along the side. Got the little patch right here, logo on the back. I didn't even know that I had qualified for nationals in my last bodybuilding show. I had it in my mind that you had to win the show overall or get second overall, not just in your class. And I got second in my class. And in reality, it's as long as you place top 2 in your class, you qualify for nationals. Not that I would have competed in nationals, but nice to know that I qualified. So recently I took a bit of a break from caffeine. I ran out of all my pre-workout and I just slacked on going to the vitamin shop and replenishing. So I took like 2 weeks off. It's not that I need pre-workout to get an effective workout. I feel like if you're too reliant on that, maybe you just don't really love working out as much as you think you do. But since I got, big stretch there. Since I got a new pre-workout, I got the same one that I had last year around this time. and it's from Bucked Up. I really enjoy it. It tastes awesome. And I also got some glycerol powder. Something I noticed at the national show yesterday. One, there was some amazing athletes, but I will say I was underwhelmed by the conditioning. You would think that if you're competing in a national show, these guys would bring a more peeled physique than they showed up with. I was there to support my buddy who beat me at my first show. He came in looking phenomenal. He ended up getting second call out, so top 10. But that just shows you how freaking competitive it is. From amateur level to national show to become a pro, you know, it's top of the top of the top of the top. Since Onyx got this new setup with all these pull-up bars, it's been really nice to stretch out my lats, stretch out my spine. Ooh, because these pull-up bars are nice and tall for me. I've added it to my warm-up routine. After I do 2 minutes of cardio, I do my band stretches. I hang for about 15-20 seconds on the tall bar, and then what I do is I grab these shorter bars and I swing side to side. I grab the big bars. It's super wide. Ooh, nice stretch. As for foam rolling, I only foam roll if I really feel tight, if I feel like I have some spots in my back that I need to pop. And I do feel like that right now, so let's grab one of those. Oh. 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 So I'm rolling solo for today's workout. Brielle went to the OC fair with some of her girlfriends. I'm not the biggest fan of fairs in general because I feel like the rides are not very good quality. I don't feel particularly safe to go on them. And then also it's just so expensive. You already pay to get in the park, and then all the food is so expensive. It's gonna be all like trashy food. And then on top of that, every single ride costs another, I don't know, 5, 10, 15 bucks, and you end up spending more money than you would if you went to freaking any other amusement park, Six Flags, Disneyland. We've got Knott's Berry Farm around here. This is the worst thing. I know I charge these. That's crazy. All right, the struggle is real today. AirPods do not want to comply. We're still gonna have an amazing freaking workout. Wide grips so we can get a lot of lat engagement. I wanna get nice and wide. So like I mentioned earlier, I went like 2 weeks without pre-workout, but since I incorporated it back, my workouts have really been on point. Now I can really feel the difference between having the pre-workout, not having the pre-workout. Today I didn't put any pre-workout in my blender bottle, but I do have BCAA slash essential amino acids. A little bit out of breath still from that set. I got powdered carbs, a scoop of glycerol, 5 grams, 2 scoops of creatine, 10 grams, 2 scoops of citrulline, 10 grams, a little bit of pink Himalayan salt I grinded in there. I think that's it. Yeah, it's like my own little science experiment in a bottle. Just no caffeine in it. A new movement that I've incorporated into my pull day routine is cable rows, but I'm sitting with a bench in front of me, and I put this opposite form against the bench, and I get a big stretch. I go single arm. I'm really able to get a lot of good lat engagement, and I'm not having to stabilize my midsection like a normal cable row. So I have this video, I have a couple videos that are doing really well on Instagram and social media in general lately, because also I posted it on YouTube Shorts and it did well. It's one of those transformation videos where it says pray eyes, it shows you before, and then I also put another picture of me in high school, I think sophomore year, basketball picture, and I used to get Dumbo ears a lot. That was a what's the word? An insult that bullies used to say a lot to me. So I said that, and then it's over for you, bro. It fades to black, and then it shows me now. And so many people are so triggered when they ask me, are you on steroids? No, I'm not on steroids, not on SARMs. And they just don't want to take no for an answer. It's like, I'm very flattered if you think I'm on trend, you think I'm on all these roids and stuff, but simple fact is I'm not. Ooh, that was a good one. As far as videos of mine getting a lot of views, receiving a lot of positive comments, every once in a while I get a hate comment, but at the end of the day, hate comes from below. It's jealousy. It's people that are envious that they aren't doing what you're doing in life. And they just can't believe that someone works their ass off as much as me and can actually transform their body as much as I have. But people like this, they're never going to transform themselves because they have a closed mindset. Six, 7, 8, 9. Oh. When you post something of yourself, you're putting yourself out there, you're being vulnerable. So if you get a million positive comments and then you get a handful of negative comments, sometimes people can let the negative comments get to them. But my mindset is, honestly, love me, hate me, I don't care. It doesn't matter. As long as you're tuning in, that's all that matters. It's more views for me, boost my content in the algorithm. So ultimately, these people cannot get me out of their head. They cannot stop thinking about me. So it's flattering. It used to be no one gave a shit about me. So hey, different problems.
All them vain decisions keep you jaded. You could have found that one, but you won't change. So aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I'll be glad to meet me. If I were you, aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I make a real good song out of you, time and ticking slow. Yes, you're overdue, aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I mean, I really think you should, yeah. Aren't you glad to meet me? Aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I'll be glad to meet me. If I were you, aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I make a real good song out of you, time and ticking slow. Yes, you're overdue, aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I mean, I really think you should, yeah.
Alright guys, that will do it for today's video. If you haven't already, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, watch my other videos, turn on the notifications so you don't miss an upload. Follow me on Instagram at _the_fit_Italian. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.